All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Lang Trading Chat Room. It is May 19th, 2023. Hope you guys had an awesome day yesterday. Ready to rock and roll, get back at it again today. If you are new, this is going to go something like this. I'm going to start off with the market bias, take a look at the SPY and the Qs, determine which way we think the markets are going to head today. After that, we will look at the favorites list on the right-hand side of the screen right here. Once we finish looking at that list, it will be time to start trading. So that is what we will do. We're going to day trade these stocks. That is the plan. That's what we're going to do. If you guys have any questions or comments about how that goes down, about what I'm doing, maybe about what you're doing, maybe any stocks you're looking at, make sure you throw that up in the chat log. And then one last thing before we get started, guys, make sure you're always practicing that proper money management. This is a challenging business. You're not going to get rich quick or earn while you learn. So make sure you're putting in that time, putting in that effort to properly manage your money. If you don't have any money to trade with, then you can't trade. So risk management is your number one job. If you're struggling with risk management or you just don't even know where to start, check out the Lang Trading Discord. It's free to join. The link is in the description below. We got some great resources about building a trading plan, about money management, psychology, all that good stuff. So make sure you check that out. And with that, let's get started on the markets, guys. So, man, SPY and Qs both just absolutely ripped yesterday. It wasn't even a wide range day. It was about an average day. SPY on average was about $5. Yesterday, we had a $5 day. So it was a bullish move. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like a wide range like rip. But we did get out of that range. We broke out of the 418 spot. We are gapping up a little bit today. You can see the Qs, man. The Qs did have a pretty sizable day. They exceeded the average range, just ripped higher, ripped right through this pivot over here too. I thought maybe, just maybe that would give us a little bit of issue right at that 334, 335 area. Nope, ripped right through it, gapping up a little bit. So I'm leaning towards the bullish side at the moment. But we are getting a little bit extended up here, guys. We're getting a little bit extended. The SPY, not so much. SPY has some room to run, so I am more bullish on that. But the Qs, man, they're getting a little bit. Air's getting a little thin. We're up 4 days in a row. Just peekaboo over that resistance area. I mean, we don't have any resistance really to worry about to the left, but like I said, we are getting a little bit extended. So a little bit of a rest, consolidation would not be a huge surprise today. But still going in with a bullish bias. These markets do look higher. Like I said, we finally broke out of this range. We'll see if we actually get a bullish move or this is some if it's a little bull trap before we roll over again. But at the moment, for today's purposes, we are looking on the bullish side. So 430 is really the next area of resistance, honestly. We might get a little caught up in this gap filled junk right here that I'm looking at, but for the most part, 430 is the next spot. I don't see us having a $10 day today, so probably don't have to worry about that, but next area of resistance is right up there. So we'll see what the market does in the coming weeks, but like I said, for today's purposes, it is a bullish bias. We have quite a few stocks on the long list, so let's jump right into that. First idea right here is Apple. Guys, Apple looks pretty good. Broke this little resistance yesterday at like 175, gapped up. It's not super extended. You can see it's kind of just on the hourly chart, it's kind of grinded up there. So watch Apple higher. There's nothing holding this thing back. Maybe this little pivot right here, but if the markets do end up going higher, I think Apple's probably one of the places you're going to want to be. This thing could definitely be leading the market up. You can see the pre-market's getting a nice little pattern up here. So watch Apple over that 176 area. Next up, we got Tesla, TSLA, everybody's favorite stock, the Teslanator. So Tesla's gapping up over this little double, or I guess it's kind of a double top, over this red bar right here, right at that 50-period moving average. So if we get a little bit of a bullish move here, if Tesla shows us a little bit of strength, I'm going to like it. I'm a little bit concerned about this 180 area right there. It's kind of that whole number. It's right where that shelf was at before we broke down and kind of chopped around here. So might get a little bit of resistance of around the 180 spot, but over 180, I like Tesla quite a bit. So keep an eye on that one. Next up, we got Occidental Petroleum. So this one's in a bit of a downtrend, so I don't like that right off the bat. But it is coming off a bit of a double bottom, gapping up over this red bar. You can see on the hourly it looks a little bit better, but we do have some pivots. We got a little junk at 59.50. Got this junk up here at 61. So it's not in that clear void, but maybe we get a move up to that $61 area. This thing does about $2 a day, so should have range up to 61. We'll see if we can get there, but it's going to need to get over that 59.50 area before I'm interested. But keep an eye on it nonetheless. Next up, we got JP Morgan Chase. So this one's gapping up just over one green bar. The whole banking sector is gapping up just a little bit, so it is looking strong. BAC, these are basically the same thing. Gapping up just a little bit. Going to need to see some strength out of these stocks. I do like JPM a little more though, just because it has the void up to like 142, 143 area. So keep an eye on this one. It's not doing a lot of volume in the pre-market, so that is a concern. We're going to need to see some more volume come in on this thing, but I do like the void. It's a decent gap, so keep an eye on it. And like I said, BAC, basically the same thing. Going to need to get over that pivot right there at 28.67. After that, should have a decent little void up to about 29.50. So keep an eye on this one, right at that 50 period moving average. So really going to need to see some strength out of this before I'm super interested. All right, and this Nike, this is the only idea on the short list. Only idea. I do have one other backup idea, is CL. The reason it's not on my list is because it's not doing any volume. It's doing like 1,000 shares right now. So I'll keep an eye on it. If it gets under there, gets some volume, we'll watch it. But right now, Nike is the only idea on the short list, and it actually looks pretty good, guys. At least down to the 200. So we got about $2 to play with on Nike. This thing does about $2 a day. So trade this right down to that 113 area. That's going to be the move. I'm not going to try and get it past that. You need a flat 200. So this is definitely probably going to be an area of support. So be mindful of that. But we do have $2 to trade down to that area. So keep an eye on the Nike short. Only short idea. So if the markets end up being weak, this might be the place to be. So next up, we got Foot Locker. So you guys are like, wait, Foot Locker, that one's gapping down too. Why isn't that on the short list? Well, it's gapping down 24% into all this junk right here. So similar to, I think, what was the stock we had the other day on our list? I don't even know. It was one of these stocks that gapped down and ended up ripping. I don't know which one it was. But this is a novice gap down. It gaps more than it should, 25%. So it's going to be gapping quite a bit into, like I said, a lot of support. So you're probably going to get a bounce here. These are a little bit more difficult to trade because they do like to be a little whippy off the open, maybe pull back and then go higher. So be careful with it. But ultimately, I do think this thing ends up going a little bit higher today. Next up, we got CNHI. So CNHI, guys, gapping up underneath some resistance. We're going to need it to get over 1460 before I'm even thinking about this. And also, it's not doing a whole lot of pre-market volume. So we want to see two things. We want to see volume come in. We want to see the price over 1462. If we can get those two things, I like it. Should have a bit of a void up to this 1480, maybe even $15. So keep an eye on it if we get those two things, the volume and that move over resistance. Next up, we got Visa. So another one where we're going to need to show a little bit of strength. It's going to need to get over that resistance, and it's going to need to get volume. If it does do both of those things, then Visa is honestly one of my top ideas, man. Look at this. Once it gets over this resistance, man, that's a massive void all the way up to 250. So keep an eye on this one. I do like it. Like I said, though, similar to CNHI, we're going to need volume. We're going to need to get over that resistance. All right, guys, market is open. Go over this last idea real fast. How you doing, Casey? It's a good morning, isn't it? It's Friday. We're having a good time. Markets are higher. It's going to be a good day. But top, we're going to need to get this one over resistance as well. It's right at this flat hourly 200 period moving average. So if we get over there, get a little more volume in this thing, I do like it. So keep an eye on that. And that is going to do it for the list. And the market is open. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. How you doing, Yasuki? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Man, I'm a little bit hesitant on. I like the bullish bias. I like how strong the market's been, but look at this 15, man. We're up like what is that? 7, 8 bars in a row. So just be a little bit cautious early. I honestly, I would. This is kind of what I want to see the market do. Come back, pull back, maybe retest the 419, and then go higher. So if that happened, that would be fantastic. All right. I'd love it to see the market pulling a little bit, show some relative strength on some of these stocks. We'll like see if these stocks don't pull in and then bounce. So that's what we're hoping for at the moment. Oxy's moving up right now. Oxy's moving higher. JPM isn't looking too bad. You keep an eye on that one. BAC's chopping around. Yeah, BAC is going to need to get over this 2867. So it's got a little bit of work to do there. Guys, Nike is looking weak. So keep an eye on the Nike. Doesn't have a ton of range. Be mindful, man. That 200 is right at 113. So if it goes any further than this, it's going to be a little bit tough to get that target in there. Foot Locker bouncing. We're kind of hanging out right now. The CNHI looking at ACAD, Casey. Give me 1 second, brother. Visa is hanging out. COP hanging out. So, guys, Tesla's pretty strong. I like Tesla quite a bit. I like the Tesla strength right now. Again, be mindful if we're at though, right underneath that 50. So I want to see it over 178. Really, I'd like to see it up to 180, but we'll keep an eye on it at 178. If it gives us a pattern up there, I'll probably be into that. All right, so Tesla's ripping. I'm gonna check this ACAD real fast for you, bro. 2350 stop loss at 21. So you're getting in. You're getting in a little bit extended up here. You do have a pretty safe stop loss underneath that support. So if this thing does pull back and retest, you should be good. I mean, if it comes all the way down to 21, it's probably not going to work. So you got a pretty safe stop there. I do like that. Trying to run up to 28. Oh, that's a hefty move, but it is in the next area of resistance. So definitely doable. I mean, it's right at the top. I mean, that's like the tippy top of that double top. So a little bit aggressive there. You are getting in a little bit late. So this one might give you a chance to add and reduce. If it pulls back and retest this $22 area, maybe you add some shares, raise your stop, or keep your stop right there, and then maybe you only need like 26 out of that. So not a bad one, just a little bit wide on that target, but should be safe. It's a pretty safe trade, I suppose. Guys, SPY's just hanging out, chopping around so far. Qs are looking a little bit weak. So this is what I was saying. I kind of want to see this happen on the Qs. I would really appreciate a pullback just so we're not super duper extended, guys. Because right now we are. We're up. What is that? 6 green bars in a row. So we either need some sort of correction, whether it's price or time. We need that correction. We're getting some movement up here though. Oxy's looking higher. Tesla's doing all right. But yeah, Oxy's one of the stronger things out, guys. Coming up right into this resistance on the hourly chart. So keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on Oxy. I really do like that strength. Do you think Netflix was overbought? I mean, probably now. That thing ripped yesterday, man. I mean, after yesterday, I'd say it's probably overbought, but it'll consolidate, I imagine. Either, like I said, either through time or through price. But right now, at the moment, it's probably overbought. I mean, that's pretty extended up there. I wouldn't do anything with Netflix right now, but long term, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, Netflix over at the $400 area, this thing could definitely fill that gap up to 500. So keep an eye on that. Or maybe a swing trade, or that would honestly be more of like a core trade. You're going to be holding that one for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months or so. So a little bit of a core trade there on the Netflix. Guys, Tesla is still probably my favorite idea. I like Tesla a lot. This thing is really strong. It's nice and strong, so keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the Tesla. No patterns yet. It's just kind kind of grinding up higher. So we'll see if we can't get some sort of buy setup or breakout. But again, the 15-minute, a bit extended, so we want some rest. Rest. We want some rest. Some rest. His Apple's pulling in a little bit, not doing much there. Oxy still looks good. I still like Oxy, guys. Keep an eye on this, especially where it's at right now. If we get a consolidation up here, I will be very interested in a pattern over high of the day. Very interested in a high of the day pattern on Oxy. The buy setup's not going to be as good, but it's not a horrible buy setup. So keep an eye on the Oxy. JPM looking pretty sloppy right now. It's a volume. It's doing good volume though, so you can keep an eye on JPM. BAC again needs to get over that 2870 spot. Nike, guys. Nike's looking interesting. 1350. I don't like that though. You maybe could have taken that sell setup. 60-cent stop. You're already down $1, so that really wasn't a horrible idea. Not a horrible idea there on the Nike. I really wasn't watching that, but yeah, that buy setup wasn't too bad. Already down $1. All right. Foot Locker bouncing a little bit. Guys, keep an eye on this Foot Locker maybe over high of the day. Keep an eye on that Foot Locker over high of the day. Visa needs work. Cop's not doing a bad job, actually. Cop's really right where you need it to be. So keep an eye on this thing. Doing pretty solid volume. Yeah, watch the Cop. Watch Foot Locker. Got some ideas here, guys. Markets are very, very choppy right now. SPY's looking higher. The Qs are very choppy. That's what I was looking at when I said it's choppy. So a little bit of direction out of the SPY, looking higher. I don't see much for as far as patterns go right now. Oxy's putting in the buy setup. So guys, keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on Oxy buy setup. That's a deep enough retracement. Keep an eye on this. I want to watch this very closely actually. Maybe like a 42-cent stop, guys. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put my order in before I miss it. Shit, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna try and get a limit order in here. What was it at? 42-cent stop. All right. I don't know. I'm gonna hold off, guys. I mean, I missed it. I'm not gonna chase a buy setup like that. We're gonna wait for it. It'll come back to us. Don't worry. Foot Locker's looking okay still. The Cop's looking all right. I'm a little bit upset I missed Nike. This actually was a pretty solid little sell setup right there. Showing the weakness that you need, all that. So guys, Tesla's ripping. So watch Tesla for some sort of pattern. Watch Tesla for a pattern. Yeah, Oxy. I'm gonna feel a lot more comfortable getting an Oxy over high of the day. So watch that. I feel a lot better about the high of the day position. That's a big move. The first buy setup after a big move like that is always a little bit aggressive. Apple's not doing much. Tesla is ripping. So I mean, Tesla's. I want to find an entry on this. I like it a lot. Has a ton of range left. Doing good volume. Everything you need on Tesla, it's there. So watch that for a pattern. Watch an Oxy for a pattern. JPM it's not bad. You can watch it. It still has range. It's not super sloppy. BAC needs work. Guys, Foot Locker, not a terrible idea. It's going to be a wide stop. That's going to be my biggest issue. It's already exceeded its range. I mean, the volume is obviously there, but you're going to need like a 90-cent stop out of that thing. I don't know. That's getting a little bit tough for me. Cop is like really narrow range right now, it seems like. Cop. CRPT, Casey? Give me just 1 second, brother. I'll get it real fast. All right, we're gonna 89. What did I do? CPRT. There it is. CPRT. Oof. See, I don't know about this one. This is you're getting in all the way up here. Stop at 86. Yeah, this one's tough, man. This is. I mean, it just had a 8% day, and you're asking it to go another. What is that? No, what is not working? There we go. Another 5-6%. That's tough. This one's a little bit extended, my man. That's a really big move from yesterday, so I might hold off on that. As Tesla's doing exactly what we needed to do, giving us that consolidation. See if we can't get a breakout up there. Be mindful, this is very, very extended now, so I'm going to need more than just a little bit of rest. I'm going to need to be impressed by that rest. Man, 59.50. Oxy's holding that like a rock star. Did it break? Nope. Guys, keep an eye on the Oxy still. I do like that. JPM's pulling in a little bit. Same with BAC. So I'm gonna watch. I'm not gonna keep an eye on BAC like that. It really isn't doing anything special. I'll keep an eye on the COP over BAC. Like I said, Foot Locker, it's gonna be a little bit tough there. All right, yeah. Guys, watching Oxy. Still like the Oxy quite a bit. 59.87. Probably give it a 50-cent stop loss. Run it up to just over the area there. So yeah, keep an eye on Oxy, guys. I like it. I like Oxy. You could sneak in 59.70 if you're aggressive, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm not trying to. No need to rush into these things. I mean, markets are ripping higher here. Markets are definitely ripping higher. Yeah, guys, watch Oxy over high today. Watch Oxy over high today. Tesla over high today as well. But again, Tesla's going to need more rest. I mean, look at this. You're up 7 green bars in a row. And this one is a massive green bar, so careful there. Man, JPM, look at that, guys. Look at JPM. Hold on. Wait a second. Yeah, kind of that triggered too quickly. You definitely could have taken that over high today. It's not a bad position. About a 50-cent stop loss. Would have liked to see some more rest, but not bad there in the JPM. Guys, Oxy over high today. Bull wins, yeah, there it is, man. Oxy, keep an eye on it, dude. Over high today is where I'm trying to get in at. Like I said, I'm probably going to give it about a 50-cent stop loss. Guys, I'm going to get this order ready, actually. This thing is looking nice. 59.87. 50-cent stop loss. All right. I really want to rest. I don't want to. You dog, Oxy. So it's not going to give us that breakout pattern. So I'll wait on it. We're only 15 minutes into the day. We got plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. Still watching Tesla. Still watching the Oxy. And Apple's been kind of a shit show today. It's real choppy, man. This first wide range doji bar it's been chopping around in there. Look at JPM. My goodness. That thing's just a whippy stock right now. Cop's still hanging out. Cop doesn't look bad, guys, honestly. Got a lot of range left there. It's in a pretty good spot. Well, not a stellar spot. It definitely has resistance. 103.50, 103, something. All right. Then using that Oxy bull wins. Did you take the 1 minute buy setup? There's 15 minutes in, so I'm switching off the 1 minute for me. Looking at that 5 minute chart now. See if we can't get a pattern on this 5. Let's go through the list again, see what everything's looking like here. Still watching Tesla. I do like that, especially the way it's hanging out here. So chop around for another 5-10 minutes. Looks good. Oxy right at $60. Keep an eye on that. JPM and some big old bot or topping tails. Looking at Tesla, Casey. Guys, look at this COP COP. I'm thinking about high of the day by low of the day here on COP. You probably don't have to be that wide with it. The 40-cent stop loss is pretty aggressive. I'd like to give it at least 80. I guess why not? That's low of the day at that point. So you can keep an eye on this. It's doing good volume. It's doing decent volume. Not great volume, but yeah. Little Foot Locker hanging out. Has BAC still got a chance? BAC's looking all right. Like I said, needs to get over that 2870 spot, but not looking too bad. Guys, Oxy. Check out Tesla for you real fast, Casey. Been in Tesla right here, right over the high of the day. Stop loss 164, so very safe stop loss. Target's going to be a little wide though. I'm trying to get up to 190. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Very doable. I don't know how it's 2-1 though. You have like a $15 stop loss, and your target's only $10 away. So I don't know about 2-1. Might have to run it up to 200 for that full target, but I do think Tesla could see 190 very easily. So not too bad. Guys, Tesla's looking pretty solid actually. So keep an eye on this thing. I give like $1, probably just go with a $2 stop loss. Maybe tighten it up a little bit, but yeah, keep an eye on that Tesla. Like I said, it's getting the rest that we needed to see out of it. It's getting that rest. Buying cues, pulling in a little bit here, pulling back a little bit. That's what I'm saying. I really would love for this buying the cues to just like actually give us a pullback, actually just break it down, just so we're not so extended. Like if this thing pulled back to 419 and like Tesla just kind of hung out, pulled back just a little bit, showed that relative strength. That's what I want to see, man. That's what I want to see. Oxy still looks good too, guys. I like Oxy. That 1 minute buy setup hit would have been, like I said, what, about 40-50 cent stop. So up about 40-50 cents. All right. Yeah, that buy setup would have got you there on Oxy. Would have got you on Oxy. Cop's still looking all right. Nike's hanging out. Foot Locker is. Okay. BAC's trying to do the deed, man. It's trying to get up to that spot, so keep an eye on that one. Visa doesn't look like it's going to end up getting it done. Let me check my backup ideas real fast. All right. Doesn't look like we got much there. Keep an eye on Wells Fargo, I suppose. Maybe. All right. So none of the backups are worthwhile, so just sticking to the main list. Sticking with the Tesla, looking good. Cop. Damn. Man, I've had some fear of loss this week. Big time fear of loss this week, man. I need to get over that shit. I need to use my trade checklist. I just need to go through this every single time to get rid of that fear of loss. All right. Yeah, man, that thing. Cop's already up half an hour. Tesla's pulling in a little bit. Ooh, don't want to see Tesla go too much lower here. If it breaks 178, you can sound the bells. It's going to be a bit of a concern there. So really, Oxy and Cop are my two favorites right now. What is some of these other oil stocks doing? The oil sector moving up a little bit. Yep, getting a little bit of movement out of there. All right, guys. I'm still watching Oxy. I still do like the Occidental Petroleum. over high of the day, probably get a 63-cent stop. I mean, it has average day on this is about $1.65. It's done $1.13, so we got about 50 cents left. It would be a 60-cent stop or so, so you need a little bit of a range, but should have room up to that $61 area. And if you're getting in there, you're only going to need, yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll get out of target before 61. So keep an eye on Oxy. Keep an eye on it. Oxy. JPM's getting real sloppy. So BAC's just kind of hanging out here. All right, guys. We don't have any news, do we? I didn't even check news today. Oh, we do. Oh, we got a JWoww speaking today? Shit. Why don't you guys tell me? I didn't know JWoww was speaking at 10 o'clock. Man, that kind of makes a difference. It is 10, yeah. All right, well, we'll see. I wonder if that's, I don't know, we'll see if it comes out now. I feel like these are like actual, like because I'm on Central Time. I'm on Central Time. And I think these times listed here are for Central Time. So that might be coming out at 11 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the market gets jiggy at 10 here, but I think that might be Central Time, so it might be an hour later. Spine Q still hanging out. Does anybody know about that? Does anybody know if this speech is going to be here in 8 minutes, or do we have an hour and 8 minutes? You guys know? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, because FOMC minutes is always at 1 o'clock for me. When it's usually, yeah, no. So that is, I think we got like an hour until that speech. So I think we should be good. If one of you guys can confirm that, that'd be fantastic. But I believe that's how that is. I believe it. 11 East. Okay. You are the man, Sri. I appreciate you. Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I have all my charts set to market times just to eliminate all confusion, but I guess I can't set this to market time. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. You just gotta know. All right, guys. Oxy's still looking all right. Still keeping that eye on the Oxy. JPM pretty sloppy. Oxy and Cop both. We can watch both. Whichever one gives us a better pattern. I like Oxy more, just because it's doing a lot more volume. Has a nice void up to 61, so I do like that one more. But keep an eye on the Cop as well. I'm gonna put BAC up here instead of JPM. It's just BAC is just looking a little bit better, I think. Another one with a little bit more volume. A little more volume there. Already at high today, so yeah, keep an eye on the JPM, or not JPM, BAC over that 2867 area. It has that resistance there, but if it gets over that, like right now, I would take it over high today here. So keep an eye on the BAC, guys. I like Bank of America. SPY's at high today. Qs are at low. We got some divergence in the markets, guys. Look at that. SPY and Qs high of the day and then low of the day. Guys, Oxy. Oxy's one I'm keeping a very close eye on. Like I said, be about a 63. I'd probably give it 70 cents, just a little bit of extra room there. So I do not want it to trigger right here. Repeat, I do not want it to trigger right here. This is not a breakout. Does not meet the claim criteria. Like, not at all. Like yesterday, there's a few that were like, oh, it's kind of not a breakout, and I probably should have taken them. This one is definitely not a breakout. Man, Cop's looking solid still. Running up right up into this resistance area, 103 or 104 kind of. This thing still has good room, so honestly, if it ran up to 104, I'd like that a little more, maybe even. Keep an eye on the COP. Keep an eye on the COP, the Feds. What is this, ConocoPhillips? All right, guys. So Tesla's still looking all right. Oxy's looking okay. See, Oxy at this point, I need this 5 minute bar to complete. If this thing just hangs out for another 4 minutes, I'm liking Oxy over high today. But said SPY is falling. You looking at the Qs? The SPY's doing all right. SPY's kind of chopping around. The Qs are definitely falling. Qs are dropping. Maybe the SPY's going to catch up here, but it is definitely putting in some topping tails. So there's sellers are stepping up right up here. Let's see. But it does have some support at the moment. As Oxy's doing exactly what we needed to see, exactly what we needed to do. Like I said, I'm going to give this thing a 70-cent stop loss. You're going to need 60.83 out of it. So plenty of range there. Plenty of range. All right. Yeah, Cops looking all right. Oxy, guys, Tesla and BAC. These are my 4 top watches. I like all of them, actually. I like all. I'll take any of these. Any of these over high today. Cop, Tesla, BAC, Oxy. Watch them all. Oxy's probably my favorite. You think the Fed's going to announce a pause on the rate hikes? That would be something. I don't really pay attention. I mean, I do a little bit, but I don't know. Where'd you hear that they're going to pause the rate hikes? That would really be something, man. That probably would shoot the markets up for sure. All right, guys. All these are looking all right. BAC, Oxy, Cop. Tesla needs a lot more work, but like I said, over high today, we can watch it. Oxy's going to be. Man, I really would love if Oxy dropped, retested the VWAP, and then came back up. So it really hasn't been battle tested. It really hasn't been tested too hard here. So we would be putting a pretty wide stop there. So we'd have a pretty safe stop. So even if it did roll over, it would take 70 cents. Probably end up losing maybe just over half an hour if it does roll over. Yeah, guys, I like the Oxy. I like it. Need another minute or two here. BAC as well. So BAC and Oxy are my 2 favorite ideas right now. BAC, Oxy. If you really wanted to, you could be a little bit aggressive with the Oxy, but like I said, I think it has room to run. I think we got room up to 61 bucks. 60.80 is that 50 period moving average. So that's going to be, we're going to need, what was it? We're going to need 60.83, so we're going to need right at that moving average. I think we should get there. Those things usually act as a magnet. Stocks are attracted to the 50 moving average for whatever reason. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get my order ready. Not enter it just yet. Not going to enter it just yet, but I am going to get it ready. Go. All right. Got a stop limit out here. All right, guys. Oxy order is ready. Haven't sent it just yet. Got another half a minute before I'm really confident in this. Like I said, I would really love it if it came down and gave me a little bit of a retest here. This is still a pretty aggressive breakout. I mean, 3 bars consolidation. So I mean, it meets the criteria, but it doesn't exceed it by any means. It does not exceed the criteria. Like I said, we're gonna try to right up to that $61 area. As COP is looking interesting as well. Keep an eye on that COP. Come on, Oxy. This is really, like I said, what I want Oxy to do. Pull back, retest, and then trigger. But I don't know if we're gonna get that, so I'm gonna go ahead and send this order on Oxy. Oxy 60.13 by 59.43. 60.13, 59.43. Guys, BAC looking a little bit interesting here as well. This is a little bit extended on that 15-minute. So yeah, the more Oxy rest without going below like 59.75, the more I like it. Markets are just kind of hanging out right now. Real choppy at the moment. SPY and Qs. Qs are looking a little bit lower, but again, this consolidation was needed. After such a big move up, consolidation like that is expected. Still watching Tesla. Still do like me some Tesla. Give it a $2 stop loss. Going to be an Oxy any second now. So we're probably going to be an Oxy any second here. Guys, Cop not looking too bad either. But I'm not taking Oxy and Cop. I'm not going to get in both of these. It's just, I mean, it's the same sector. If one goes, they're both going to go. If one fails, they're both going to fail. So it's basically just like risking 2R for, I mean, no reason, you know. So pick your poison, Oxy or Cop. We are officially in the Oxy. Then we got a penny of slippage. And then right away, I'm going to go ahead and raise my stop up to 59.50. Got a 0.9R risk on the Oxy. All right. And Tesla still hanging out. BAC hanging out. Markets are pulling back just a little bit right here. Putting in a bit of a red bar. The thing with Oxy and Cop that's good is it's not as correlated to the SPY and the Qs as some of these other stocks. Because it is the oil sector, so it's more so correlated to the crude oil future. Whoa. Crude oil futures down a lot, so Oxy's showing good relative strength, I suppose. Maybe we get a bounce on this thing, help out Oxy. As BAC still looking good. BAC still looking good. Markets are pulling back, like I said, so I'm going to be a little bit cautious on these long ideas. Not going to be rushing into anything else right now. Oxy just kind of peekabooed us in over the high of the day there. Like I said, I'm not worried about Oxy, and if it breaks 59.75, then it's an issue. But that thing's not the best trigger that you want to see on Oxy, man. Still watching Tesla, still doing okay. BAC still kind of chopping around up here. So BAC, you're gonna give a how much range? This thing has a lot of range left actually, so I'd probably give it 20-cent stop loss. 20-cent stop, you can raise it up pretty easily. So yeah, watch BAC for an over high of the day trade. BAC, that's pretty much it right now. Got my eyes on Tesla still. Still watching the Tesla a little bit. But I mean, Apple's been just a shit show today, hasn't it? What's the other fat man's doing? Amazon's been pretty weak. Facebook has been weak. Nvidia, so they're all pulling back a little bit here. They're all pulling back. But honestly, like I said, this was not a huge surprise, guys. I mean, markets ripped higher yesterday. And so they need a little bit of rest. It's like running a marathon. Like they ran a marathon yesterday. They ripped higher. Now you can't expect them to just keep running. You gotta get a little bit of rest. Gotta get that correction. So Tesla's still a little bit interesting here. Like I said, it's gotta be over high of the day. The more it rests and doesn't go under 178, the more I like it. Same with BAC too. The more it just kind of chops around here, doesn't go much lower, the more I like it. It's almost getting to the point where you can take it on a buy set. Never mind. I take it back. I don't want this on a buy setup just because you're under that resistance still. If this was happening if this like 28.55 was 28.67 and it ripped and pulled back, hell yeah, I'm getting in that all day. But getting in a buy setup under resistance is just always aggressive. Always a much more aggressive move. Just, I mean, I say it all the time, guys. We're odds-based traders. The odds of this working are significantly reduced when it's underneath resistance. It's like, why is that? Well, this resistance is here because that's where sellers are at. There's a lot of sellers, so we have not broken through those sellers. So we get back up here, we don't know. There could be even more sellers. So, well, if we broke out and pulled back, it's like, all right, we now know that we have broken through the sellers. Now we're just getting that rest. So keep an eye on the BAC over high of the day. Keep an eye on BAC over high of day. SPY's kind of chopping around still. This has been a very choppy morning actually for the SPY. Very choppy. Q's been a little bit weak. As Oxy's doing okay. Actually, looks pretty good. Engulf that big red bar, so we'll see if we can't get over high of the day and get it going. I will probably gonna try and raise my stop here pretty soon on the Oxy. Maybe like a 59.70. Put it right below the, or above the VWAP, or below the VWAP. So keep an eye on that one. Oxy's higher. BAC, want to watch that. What's JPM doing? It's chopping around. What was the other one? Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo. This is another one I wanted to watch. So yeah, BAC is looking the best out of the banking sector. BAC is looking the best. And Oxy's a little bit tempting to add and reduce. Add 16.16, reduce the stop. I think you're increasing risk. Not increasing risk, but increasing the chance of getting tagged out for not a great reason. It has range to get to where we need to go, so I don't think we need to be that aggressive and tight with it. Still watching Tesla. This has been my top watch all morning. I've been talking about it all morning. Doesn't look too bad. Over 179.80. It is there. Man, still had a little bit of fear of loss this morning, though. Still had a little fear of loss. What was it? Was it Tesla that had a 1 minute? No. Oxy 1 minute wasn't bad. It had its issues, but that buy setup, it wasn't too bad. Give it, like I said, a 50-cent stop loss. Actually, it has not gone to 50 cents. So you're like, oof, just underneath that target if you got the buy setup. It's looking solid though right here. Over high of the day. A little bit worried when it first put in that topping tail, but looking a lot better now. Same with Tesla, guys. Tesla's looking good. Like I said, this is going to be a $2 stop for me. I'm going to get this order ready, actually. I'm going to get it ready. 179.85 by 177.85. All right, and target's going to be 181.85. Oop. Bam. Give this thing a little bit of room here. Go. So, guys, Tesla, I'm about to get this order in there. Don't want it to trigger just yet. Okay, so orders in there on Tesla. We got about half a minute before that bar completes itself. So Tesla, guys, 179.85 by 177.85. We are in the Tesla. We are in the Tesla-nator. We need 181.85 out of this. 181.85. You're getting still got a little bit of slippage, not much. Dollar, that's not going to do much for me, is it? I'm gonna raise my stop to that 178.25 area pretty quickly here on Tesla. What would that be? $1.60 out of $2. So yeah, 0.81. All right, so yeah, I'm probably gonna raise my stop 179.25 or 178.25. My bad. I really don't want to get that. I'm gonna go just 178 just to start. Just 178. So really not a whole lot of protection at all there. Yeah, not much protection at all on the Tesla, but let's see if we can't get it. Yeah, it's like 10 or 0.9R risk, so let's see there. BAC still chopping around. Markets are looking a little bit lower here, so these long trades are definitely aggressive. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit aggressive, but I mean, markets are not in a. It's not like they're in a void where they're about to just absolutely tank. Like we are, the Qs are getting a nice kind of healthy pullback right to a little bit of support there. SPY is same sort of thing, just kind of hanging out, getting that consolidation, letting these moving averages catch up a little bit. All right, so don't see a whole lot else. BAC is the only other thing on my radar right now. Bank of America over high of the day. This one's going to be probably a 20-cent stop. This thing has a lot of range left, so shouldn't have any issues getting it to target. I think it sees 29. If it gets over this resistance, it should see 29. So that $20 stop is going to be pretty safe. We're getting a little bit of a red bars on some of these. Oxy pulling back a little bit. Tesla pulling in here a little bit. Cops pulling back. You know, this was the one that I was like, this is a pretty nice trade. This Nike sell setup, man. I'm a little bit upset I didn't get this. This one looks pretty solid. Nice big red bar. It wasn't great actually. It really wasn't great, especially in hindsight. It looks good, but looking at it right there, that's getting in underneath that bar is a little bit aggressive. So yeah, I don't hate missing that. All right, what else we got, guys? You guys got any trades right now? Any open positions? Any closed positions? Swing trades? Long-term trades? I guess I'm gonna go through my swing trades real fast. CRN pulling back a little bit. Whole list is pulling in here. MDB, Microsoft, Rely. So not horrible actually. Ooh, man, that VNT almost got me to target. Ooh, just barely missed. So a little bit of red on the swing trades, but still all looking pretty solid. Fed chair, speech at 11. Yeah. Well, I'll be done trading by then, so it's not going to impact my day trading at all. I finished day trading right at 11 o'clock, so should be good. I wonder if that's why the markets are just chopping around. They're just hanging out, waiting for that speech. I mean, that could be definitely it. And it's also Friday, so you always have those hedge fund managers taking an early weekend. I mean, Oxy and Tesla both are like grinding, bro. They're gonna give me the heebie-jeebies all day. Like it's not gonna be an easy rip to target. It's gonna be an absolute grinder, I think. So hopefully we get there, but it's not gonna be easy. I still do like this BAC, honestly. I mean, it's in the right spot. It's in the absolute right spot. Doing pretty good volume. It's not anything like stellar. It's not doing special volume. It's doing good volume. But also, I'm not taking anything unless I get a tighter stop on Apple or Tesla and Oxy. And right now, I got like 0.9 risk on both of these, so I have almost 2R risk open, which is more than I want to have. Especially if I take another trade, I'd have over 3R risk or over 2.5R risk open, which is my max for the day. So I'm not gonna be able to take anything else until get a little bit of a tighter stop here. Which honestly, I'm thinking about doing here on the Oxy soon. Thinking about tightening Oxy up a little bit. What would that be? We're at 50. What were we at initially? 70 cents, right? Was it 70? Yeah, 70 cents. Now we're at 50. Or wait, no, we're not 50. We're at 63. So might raise it up a little bit more with that 50-cent stop loss. That'd be about 0.71. Give it a little bit of room actually. 59 cents. What is that? Trying to get the stop down to that 0.75R area that I like. So right about there. I'm gonna go ahead and raise this stop on Oxy. 59.60. 596. All right. And if it pulls back, should bounce at VWAP. Should bounce in the 59.80 area. So that'll be the next area I look to raise to 59.80. Tesla's looking all right. Over high of the day, Tesla looks pretty good actually. If you really wanted to, man, we could add and reduce here. $1.75 on the stop. I don't know. Probably not. You wouldn't even add a share. Yeah, it's not worth adding on Tesla. Not worth adding. So we'll see if it breaks out over high today. It'd be sweet. Thinking about raising my stop up just a little bit more. About $1.50 on the stop. I'd put it at that 0.75R risk that I like. Like I said, Oxy on the 4-hour chart. All right. Oxy on the 4-hour chart. Let's check this out. Right. I really don't trade the 4-hour chart. I know a lot of people like the 4-hour. I'm not a huge fan of this one. I don't know why. It's just the 2 bars a day is just not. I don't know. Not my favorite thing to look at. 60.54. You're getting in like right up here. You got a little bit of resistance at 61, 62. And this thing is in a bit of a downtrend. It's kind of breaking out, I suppose, but yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of issues. I don't know what your stop is. You'll probably type the rest of it in a second, so I'll look at it then. But yeah, the Oxy, I wouldn't marry this stock. That's why I'm trying to get out before this moving average, before that whole number. I mean, it's pulling back a little bit here. Oxy pulling back and Cop moving up. Dang nabbit. Might have got the wrong stock. Yeah, 79 cents on the son of a gun, man. If you got that Oxy or Cop, would have been a 79 cents stop loss. This thing went 78 cents. Whew, that would be brutal. Missed target by 1 penny. And that's not one of those whole numbers where it's like your target's at 104, you put it at 103.97. That's just a random target. That's just random. So hopefully I guess that last penny there. So I don't have a whole lot to do here, guys. We're in the Tesla. Tesla's looking all right. We are in the Oxy. Oxy's not looking as good. Oxy's looking a little weak at the moment. Then again, this 15-minute is pretty extended. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. Hopefully, we get a little bounce at the 59.80 area, right at that VWAP. Yeah, otherwise, like I said, I don't really see a whole lot else. Check some of these ideas here. This is my swing trade list that I make every day. See if any of these ideas are working. Nope. I didn't enter anything either, so that's good. I'm about to say Uber looks good, but I'm probably gonna hold off on that. Not a bad little breakout there over 39.36. Give it a 21 cent stop, maybe in 33 cents. You're up a little bit. All right. I mean, it's been a pretty slow week for me, honestly. I really should have taken more trades yesterday. Yesterday was the one day where I'm like, I should have done better. I've only taken, I guess, 6 trades this week, so not a super low amount, but nothing special. At the moment, I am up 1R, plus 1R on the week. We got, what's the risk open here? 53 divided by 70. So that 0.75R risk on Oxy, and we got $2, so we're at 180 out of 2. 0.9R risk on that one. So we got about 1.65 open. 1.65 open risk. So that would put us like a half R loss on the week. Not the world's worst week, but I mean, this definitely should have been a better week, man. This is the week we've been waiting for. Finally get a little bit of movement out of this market with some bullishness. And really haven't been capitalizing on it like we should have been. And, all right, Oxy. This is the do or die moment for Oxy, guys. Gotta hold the 59.80. Need the bounce. Gotta get that bounce here. Stop. Oh, this is for the Oxy trade? Let's check it out. So 4-hour chart, 60.50. So you're getting way up here. Stop at 57. It's $58 basically. So you do have a safe stop underneath multiple pivots underneath that support. So it's not bad. What is that going to be though? It's going to be about 280 on the stop. So we're going to need, what is that? 56. Yeah, you're right at the top of that range, right at $66. So you're going to need to get through 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of resistance and 2 moving averages that are both downtrending. So this one's a little bit tough. I mean, I get what you're looking. It's not the world's worst. I don't know. This is a very much a stage 3, guys. This is the stage 2, higher high, higher low, grinding up. You got the moving averages trending. This is what we call stage 3 right here. This is very choppy, equal highs, equal lows. You got some flat moving averages. What comes after stage 3? Stage 4. You guys know, stage 4, this might be the start. We break down here. We might be trending down a little bit. That's how the stages work. So, maybe it bounces up and tries to get back up to 66, but right now it's making lower lows and lower highs, so I'd be careful. Be a little careful on the Oxy. But I'm with you, man. I need Oxy to go as well. I'm in that boat. Tesla's doing all right. We really don't need a whole lot out of Tesla, guys. Tesla's got just another. We get a $1 pop on this thing. We're in there like swimwear. Yeah, Oxy's getting very concerning. Oxy's getting very, very concerning. Really want to see some sort of bottoming tail, some sort of green bar here soon. Hopefully it doesn't tag us. Oof, it's getting very close. It's getting very, very close. BAC still chopping around. Honestly, it's looking a little bit better here. Looking a little better. 15-minute had some rest now, so we're not as extended as we were. Still are holding that VWAP like a champ. So yeah, that 20-cent stop loss, still good. Yeah, you can raise your stop to 10 to a half hour risk pretty quickly. I mean, that's a pretty safe area to raise your stop to. So keep an eye on BAC over high of the day. Watch it. I like it. What are some other banks doing? JPM hanging out, not doing much. Wells Fargo looking identical. Right, there it is, guys. So we are in the Oxy. We are in the Tesla. Tesla's doing all right, looking pretty solid to start. Oxy is struggling a little bit. But like I said, hopefully this is a bar we get a little bounce, maybe a bottoming tail, maybe a green bar. We'll see. All right. So, if you guys want to do me a favor, it mean a lot to me. You hit the little rocket boost it for me. I'd really appreciate it. The stream is very simple. All you gotta do is click one button. Just go up here right in this top right corner. Just give me a little tap. I would greatly appreciate the boost, my man. Or women, whoever you are. I don't know who's watching. But another reason why I need a list of names, man. I need a list of names so I can see who's watching, so I know how to address you guys. I don't want to be using the wrong pronouns or anything, guys. I really want to make sure I'm respecting your pronouns and your gender. Okay, that's why I need a list. Maybe that's what they need. They just need a little bit of progressive wokeism, and then they'll give me the list. We'll see, man. Trading View. I wonder how woke Trading View is. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like Donald Trump, like not woke, 10 being like as woke as you get, like Bud Light woke. Where do you think Trading View lays in there? 1 through 10. How woke is Trading View? I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 4, 3 or 4. I don't think it's super. I think they stay out of the politics pretty well, which is what you need. I feel like you get below that 3 or 4 area, that's like anti woke. Anything under 3, you're like going out of your way to make a scene, bro. But that 4, 5, 6 area, I feel like they just kind of stay out of it, man. They're just not gonna be engaging with any of those politics or any of that woke BS or conservative BS. They're just gonna kind of stay out of it. That's what I think where Trading View's at. I do think they're on a little bit on the conservative side, though, man. I don't know why. I just feel like they are. I've talked to a few people from Trading View, and I get that vibe from them. You get that vibe that wow, this guy actually might have a little bit of common sense. Holy crap, he's got common sense. Guys, BAC, watch it. I like it. Watch BAC, 20 cent stop has plenty of. This thing has done 1/3 of its range today, guys. So range is not a concern for me on the BAC at all. 20 cents.5 hello right in the middle, just so I feel, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like 5 is that complete, just like I'm not gonna engage with it at all. I'm just gonna ignore it and act like it doesn't happen. Honestly, that's where most people should be. Most people should just not care about it. It's the problem with everything is the extremists, guys. It's those people, the 1, 2, 3s or the 7, 8, 9s or 8, 9, 10s. Those guys are, that's the problem. It's because those people are just annoying on both sides. Guys, BAC, I'm about to get this order in here. Guys, BAC, keep an eye on it. Over high of the day, 20 cent stop loss. BAC, I like it. I like it. I like it. Everything's good. All right, what do we got here? Another 30 seconds before this 5-minute bar completes. This one I am going to wait, guys. This one I am going to wait. And I am about to raise my stop on Tesla too, so I'm not over leveraging myself. So before you guys go out and say, "Oh, you're breaking your money management rules," I'm not. I'm gonna raise my stop on Tesla as soon as I enter this BAC trade. Just give me a second. Just be patient with me. Don't need to rip me a new one just yet. All right, guys. Orders in there on BAC. We got 4 seconds left. There it is. BAC 2865 by 2845. Bam. BAC in there like swimwear. And then now that I'm in there, I gotta go raise my stop on Tesla. Tesla just needs a little bit more, guys. In fact, I'm gonna raise my stop to like 179, just to 179 actually. 179. There it is. We need another like 10 cents, another dime out of Tesla. We're there. Another dime, baby. What's my risk here? Like, I'm going to break even on Tesla. I'm not losing on that thing. I mean, if it goes that close to target and pulls all the way back, then so freaking be it. Well, actually, hold on. Let me see. Let me see what the risk would be if it was right here. What do we get? 179.85. Give it a $2 stop right. I am going to give it a little bit of room, I suppose. I'm going to go just below this pivot, right at VWAP. It's probably going to hit target, so it probably won't matter, but just to, there's no reason to risk getting tagged. Like if it tagged out and went to target, at that point that is a 1 hour loss. So that's how you guys got to think of the opportunity cost as an actual loss because it is. If this thing pulls back, tags me out, just barely peekaboos, and then went to hit target, that is a 1 hour loss. So that's why you got to be careful with raising your stop up too soon. You don't want to be raising that stop too soon because you get tagged out, and that's not what you want to happen. All right, there it is, guys. Tesla full target. Didn't even matter. Boom. Tesla full target, baby. Still got. Ooh, man, BAC just peekabooed us in there. And that was a little bit of a concern. I mean, we were 2 pennies under resistance, and it went 2 pennies and pulled back. So it is what it is right now. I'm gonna raise my stop to 28.50. So we do have that 0.75 R risk at this point. Got 0.75 on BAC. We got is it 0.75 on this one too? Right? I can't. I've done this math like 3 times. I can't remember. 53. Right. Yeah. So we got about an hour and a half open risk. We got 1 hour locked. So worst case scenario, we're going to be down a half hour today, which would still put us at a positive week. So we're in a good spot right now, guys. In a good spot. And Oxy's honestly looking all right too. Did you look at? I did not look at Wolf Casey. Thanks for reminding me, man. I did not. I skipped over that. Let's check it out. We're going long daily chart 44. So you're getting in right up here. Stop loss $2 at 40. Stop 42.33. I think I mean. So 44, 42.33. Not getting a ton of room. Just basically today's bar. Target's gonna be pretty close, I imagine. Right up that next pivot right there. Yeah, it's not a horrible spot. It's a little bit aggressive. 42.33 is not giving it a ton of room. So we do have a little bit of junk here at the $45 area as well. So this one's a little bit tough. I mean, your target's probably in the right spot. That's the next solid pivot, but see how this kind of found an area of support here? Right there. What was support? This is a support and resistance is an area. It's not like a solid line, it's an area. So this area right here, what was support, acted as resistance, it's probably going to come back into play. Just be mindful of that. And this one, another thing, this one is in a downtrend, pretty solid downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Really doesn't have a whole. I mean, it has some support down here at $40, I suppose. So you might be finding the bottom, but I mean, it's always aggressive being the first person in there. All right, what do we got going back here? Oh, come on, BAC. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Man, what really, the line in the sand is going to be VWAP right here, man. If this thing breaks 28.55, you can chalk it up. You can chalk it up. But until that happens, I don't care what BAC does, honestly. If it breaks the VWAP, you can sound the alarm bell. But until that happens, it is what it is. This is just a stock chopping around. Yeah, we need that support to come in here again. Need that little bit of support. Look at the Tesla, man. That thing was nice. That thing was pretty nice. Oxy's still hanging out right now. Man, Cop's looking much stronger than Oxy. Much stronger than Oxy. It ended up getting that 79 too, so you get that high of the day, low of the day earlier. You would have barely hit target. Barely hit target. I really don't see myself taking any more trades today. I mean, a little over an hour and a half in the day. I don't see a whole lot I like. These markets are actually pretty choppy, and I mean they're choppy today. There's no doubt about it. Look at this SPY and the Qs both very narrow range, very choppy. But like I said, it's kind of expected coming into a day like this. After you get that big run up like we did yesterday, uh, kind of expected. So, man, Oxy and BAC not looking too hot right now. So, might be getting tagged out of these. Might just end up being a slightly down day, which will put it at a slightly positive week. So, there's the BAC, guys. So, that might be it for us on BAC. Broke that support. Now, you have a good weekend as well, Bullwins. Love seeing you in here, my man. Should be a good weekend. I got some work to do. Got to figure out what I was doing with the fear of loss this week. So we'll get that taken care of, get that under control. But overall, not a horrible week, man. Really not too bad of a week. Like I said, we're gonna end the week positive as long as we don't take any more trades. We're gonna end the week up just a little bit. So positive weeks are always good. But like I said, I should have had a couple more R this week, no doubt. Especially yesterday, man. Yesterday's move was pretty nice, and I just didn't take advantage of it like I should have. But nonetheless, yeah, guys, Oxy's going to get us any second now. We're basically done on Oxy. BAC's looking like it's going to do the same. So, yeah, looking like it's going to be a negative half hour day. But like I said, very choppy. Very choppy. What do you think of prop firms like FTMO? I've looked into prop firms a few times. The thing I don't like about prop firms is that like it just feels like a job to me. Like, I mean, the thing I love about trading is that you don't have a boss. You don't have customers. You don't have a boss. You have nobody telling you what to do. Nobody. And whenever you get into a prop firm, that kind of goes away. Like I mean, there are benefits. You get a lot more leverage, a lot more buying power, but you do lose that freedom that you have from trading by yourself. So I think they can be good, and they do usually have some good resources. So uh, they can help you, especially if you're a newer trader. Maybe you don't have a solid plan. Like they have some good resources, and they are beneficial. But for the main reason that I love the freedom of trading, so I don't want to give that up. So that's why and they just like a lot of prop firms don't let like they have their own platform. Like you have to use MetaTrader, or you have to use some other platform. And I mean, I like TradingView. I like TradingView. I like TradeStation. They work extremely well. I feel like all the other platforms they try to make you use are just really outdated, really outdated. So I don't like them. So for those reasons, I'm not a fan of prop firms, but they definitely have their benefits. There are definitely some pros. Like I said, the leverage is great. You get a lot more leverage with a prop firm. You do have some support. So if you have a question or you need some help with something, you do have people that are there to help you. Uh, but that's not to say you can get that whenever you're trading individually too. You join a good trading community with some people you trust, with some good guys, good gals, whatever. Uh, you can get that same sort of help. So, I mean, like I said, there's pros and cons, but yeah, mainly the main reason I don't do it is for the freedom. Is that both of them? What should happen? I heard it twice. I thought we got two of them go off, but there's BAC trail out. Octi's about to trail out here soon too, guys. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a half hour down day here. All right. And if you guys are looking for a trading community, you can always check out the Lang Trading Discord. And the link is in the description below. Free to join. Got some fantastic resources in there. Like I said, if you need some support, some advice, whatever it is, maybe just someone to talk to. Maybe you're bored and just want to do some good old fashioned office banter. Hop in the Lang Trading Discord. I am in that voice channel every day after I get off the mic here. I go straight to that Discord channel, the voice channel. So if you guys want to chat it up, shoot the shit, definitely hop in there. Don't hesitate. Like I said, it is free to join. So definitely check that out, guys. Look at BAC, you dirty dog. This thing really just peekabooed us in here and rolled over. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was under resistance, that little pivot, but this consolidation, I figured, you know what, it'll break out that. But it didn't do that. It did not do that, guys. Oxy's about to get us as well. So, like I said, it's going to be a slightly down day. Slightly down. But, yeah, not the world's worst trading day, actually. We got a solid trade on Tesla. Oxy, man, I kind of want the Oxy back, honestly. This one was a little bit of a revenge trade, I think. I was kind of having some FOMO from missing this first trade. I was like, I want the Oxy to work, man. A little bit of FOMO on the Oxy, a little bit of ego here, so I'm gonna have to make sure I note that whenever I'm doing my trade tracking, my trade journaling. But not the world's worst trade, but definitely a little bit aggressive. Definitely could have held off. Yeah, Casey, you gotta join, man. I don't know why you're not already in there. You're my top viewer on the streams. Check it out. It's free. And you can post your swing trades in there too. Your swing trade watch list, all that good stuff. Great place to post it and join. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here in a couple minutes, guys. I'll try to stay on until Oxy either tags us out or gets back over VWAP, but if it doesn't happen in the next 3, 4, 5 minutes, I'm gonna just get going. So I will update the Lane Trading Discord with how these trades end up. All right, there's Oxy. There it is. All right, so we ended the day half an hour down. All right, so it is what it is. Not the world's worst day. Probably should have been a little bit less aggressive with how choppy this market has been, but like I said, not the world's worst day. Not horrible trades. Gonna go back and review them like we always do, and yeah, so make sure you check out that Discord. I will be in there right after this. You guys have a great weekend. I will see you back here Monday morning, 9:20 Eastern Time. We'll get right back at it, ready to tackle the markets again. So see you guys then. Take care. Have a great weekend.